Hello, Remembrancers. It is Editor Gage here. Yes, I do in fact have a voice. I am not just the imagination of Ethan and Vincent yelling into the ether to fix things, but I am here to let you guys know, unfortunately this week Ethan and Vincent did have some technical difficulties with the microphone, so the audio is a little bit scuffed. I'm trying to work my magic as best as I can to give you guys a half-decent episode, so hopefully I have achieved that. If not, I totally understand if you do skip this week. I am going to work with the guys to hopefully figure out the microphone problems and get us back up and running for next week.
Hello, and welcome back to the Remembrancers podcast. My name is Ethan.
And my name is Vincent.
And today, we are talking about another character this week.
Yes. Another one of the top Giga Chads.
Top Giga Chads of the Warhammer universe.
Exactly.
Yes. Who a lot of people are like, he's not even cool, and I'm like, shut up.
He's so cool.
He is so cool.
He's so cool.
He is so cool.
Anyway,
before we do that, if you guys are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment.
If you're on the Spotify.
Yes, which now is starting to put up episodes again.
Fantastic.
I think I dropped, as of the day of recording this, I was able to drop 4 episodes all at once. So
nice.
That was good. Yeah.
It's like Christmas for you guys.
It is like Christmas for you guys. Now I just have to figure out how I'm going to get this next episode out.
Oh
well.
It'll be great. Thank you for sticking around with us. Yeah, if either of the streaming platforms, if you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so.
Yes.
Notification bells, leave comments, download Spotify, like our YouTube, like our Spotify.
Like everything.
Like everything. Subscribe to everything. Share everything.
Be everything.
Be everything. Do everything.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a dream?
Where
you could be anything you want? Well, a man named Nathaniel Garro had a dream once.
So, yeah, this week we're talking about Nathaniel Garro of the Death Guard.
Of the Death Guard. Pre-Heresy.
When they were lame.
Yeah, before they got cool.
Yeah, before they...
He was a Death Guard before it was cool.
Yes.
And then he was
I
also...
a Knights-Errant before it was cool.
Yeah, he was a Knights-Errant before they became the cool Grey Knights.
I was a Knights-Errant before it was redacted from the Universal Archive.
Exactly. Garro is kind of just like... He's just on a road trip all of the time.
All the time, non-stop, yeah.
But, yeah, we'll get right into that, I guess.
He's just one of those dudes that's unapologetically awesome as well.
Yes.
There are very few characters in the Warhammer universe. It's probably why we refer to him as Giga Chad Nathaniel Garro. Yeah,
because he's actually, like, kind of chill. Like, he's not nonchalant.
No, and he's just...
But he's just kind of chill.
And he's just one of those characters that just takes W after W non-stop, which is rare in the Warhammer universe.
Exactly. And the only man to take a fist to the face... by a Primarch.
And live.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, not quite. Not quite. But he's the only one that's taken a fist from a Primarch and then not been super pissed off about it or super like, why would my father hit me?
Yeah, it was like, well, it wasn't even his Primarch.
No.
It was Dorn.
It was Dorn. It was a different Primarch, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Khan gets the snot kicked out of him by Angron the first time they meet.
Yeah.
And he's like, wow, I just need to let my dad beat the crap out of me, don't I?
Exactly.
Whereas Nathaniel Garro is like, kill me if you want to.
Yeah. Which we'll get into later in the episode. So, Nathaniel Garro, much like the guy that we talked about last time, Yarrick, he was also born at a young age on the planet Terra.
Yes.
He's an Earth boy. He's an Earth boy. And he...
Boo, we hate Terran-borns.
He's the only one left of the Death Guard.
Yeah, Terran-born Death Guard.
Which does make things difficult for him later on.
Mm-hmm.
And he enlisted in the Dusk Raiders. Like, he wasn't... Okay, I don't know if I've been thinking this wrong the whole time. Because there's aspirants, but are there also, like, clone babies of the Primarchs, like Clone Wars? Do they do that, where they just kind of like gestation pods? Okay. Has that ever been a thing, or am I just crazy?
So there have been clones of Primarchs, like the The main two is like there's been a clone of Fulgrim and there's been a clone of Horus, but they are clones. The thing,
Yeah, not like clones,
Yeah.
but just like
no, what you're thinking about is like gene seed. So
Yeah.
if you get implanted with gene seed early enough, you can gain the characteristics of your Primarch. That's why Lil Horus
yeah,
is called Lil Horus, is because he looks like Horus.
right. Because he did the
Because you got his gene seed. He got his gene seed early enough
Right.
that it messed with his development to make him look like the Primarch.
Okay.
That's why like Alpharius and Omegon, like all of their sons,
Yeah.
Majority of their sons are roughly around about their height, is because they either grow to that height,
Or they stop growing.
or they stop growing, or they get physical augmentation to be that tall.
Right.
But then again, it's also very easy because a lot of the time, like I said, they take on the Primarch's features, which is also the same reason that with the Blood Angels, every Blood Angel is considered extremely handsome,
Right.
because they have Sanguinius's DNA.
It's just DNA level Botox.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's also the same reason why a majority of Vulcan's sons are probably dark skinned like him.
Right.
Now, is it because they become from Nocturne? I can't remember the name of his planet. Maybe it's not.
I think
maybe, or it could be a genetic thing where their gene seed changes them in that way,
Or a bit of both.
Yeah.
Probably.
So yeah, no, that's why the Terran-borns don't really have a lot of their father's aspects to them, is because they either
Were old enough that it didn't make much of a difference.
Exactly, or
just the planetary environment is different.
The planetary environment, like that's why Barbaros and Death Guard are so much like Mortarion, is because they were born on Barbaros.
Yes.
Whereas Earthbound Dusk Raiders probably don't have much of their father's attributes to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same reason that all of Comrade Kurz's sons are a bunch of greasy freaks, is because their father is a greasy freak.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, cool. Glad I got that figured out for myself. But yeah, so he, as far as I could see, enlisted of his own free will. But probably not.
50-50.
50-50, potato. And then
a lot of them enlist not knowing that they're going to be turned into Astartes.
Exactly.
It was very much a thing of like, enlist to be, in the
Imperial Army.
In the Imperial Army.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Just fight for your Emperor.
Imperior.
Your Imperior. But yeah, so he enlisted, and he was chilling with the Legion until Mortarion showed up, and they relocated to Barbaros. They rebranded as the Death Guard.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
Yeah, because they were the Dusk Raiders beforehand.
Yes.
Do you know why they were the Dusk Raiders?
Because they were stealthy and went under the cover of dusk.
So they would only attack at dusk.
Right.
Because that is when the enemy is at their weakest.
Right.
Because the day is gone, and a lot of people don't think that many people attack at night.
Yeah.
God change blah 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 blah. That is when an enemy is least expecting attack.
Yes.
Is between day and night, so they would attack. Not to mention, we've talked about this before. Not to mention that their specific attack style while attacking at dusk made them extremely fearful.
Yes.
Because it would just be the shadow moving across the. It would just be the shadow moving across the landscape towards you, and you'd have no idea what it was until they were gone.
Yes, until you could see your blood before you could see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Very good. But yeah, Garro ended up being one of the longest serving Terran-born Marines. Yeah. Probably the longest.
I think so. He's up there, yeah.
Yeah. Of the Death Guard, at least. Yeah. And he was one of the very few who made it to see the Horus Heresy. But the fact that he was Terran-born, in all of the legions, in all of Warhammer, there sort of seems to be, except for the orcs, they don't really care.
Oh.
But with all of the humanoid species, there seems to be a I was born better than you were born kind of mentality. So Garro kind of was ostracized from all of the...
Well, the entire legion was ostracized from one another because the Barbarossan Death Guard believed that they did not know the suffering that their Gene father had known,
Right.
so they could not be true Death Guard.
Right.
Which is what aided in the Horus Heresy later on is the fact that they were like, we submit ourselves to Mortarion, we do not follow the Emperor.
Right.
And Garro is another perfect example of why the Terran-borns loved the Emperor so much, because he lived his life in service of the Emperor so much so that his sword was a gift from the Emperor himself.
Exactly.
And because of that, he's like, I am steadfast in the Emperor's will.
Exactly.
And even in like the flight of the Eisenstein and stuff like that, Mortarion sits him down and he's like, hey, buddy, if you pledge your allegiance to me, then I can look past all of the Emperor is the greatest guy in the universe kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And even then, Garro's like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But within the Legion, he ended up getting called Straight Arrow Garro.
Yeah.
Because he was also he's a bit of a stickler to the rules.
Yeah.
But that's kind of his whole thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was kind of bullied a little bit, but
there's a lot of bullying in the legions.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But even despite that, over many, many years of service, he became captain of the 7th Company.
Yes.
And then he also got the title of battle captain from the Emperor.
Yeah.
And then he got a manservant out of that. What was the specific word?
Oh, I can't remember. I read the book. I can't remember.
An equerry.
Yes, an equerry. Which is another thing that they bullied him for.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the Barbarossan Death Guard were like, we need to look to the future. We need to not be looking at the past of Terra.
And this was a tradition from the Unification Wars.
Exactly. Also, another thing that's super interesting, he is the 7th captain, which means that he is the last captain of the Death Guard companies.
Oh, there's only 7?
There's only 7 companies in the Death Guard, because it's a Nurgle thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're the 14th Legion, which is 7 times 2.
7 times 2, yeah. So he is the 7th company captain, which is like, it's the last company, isn't it? There's only 7 companies in the Death Guard. In the Death Guard. But that also might be another thing of like, traitor armies are small.
Yeah. Well, because they didn't have as much time.
No. To build, to bolster, And not to mention the fact that like after the purge of them, there was a lot less.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, so he got that honorable whatever.
Yeah.
He got the dude, Caleb Aaron was his name. Caleb with a K, because that's important. Also Garro. Obviously, everyone can probably see it from the episode title, but it is Garro.
Yeah.
No W.
No W.
No W. Despite how many times it may be written that way in my notes, there is no W. But yeah, and the other thing, when he got that title, the battle captain, he took great pride in it, but also he didn't take that as motivation specifically to do better.
Yeah.
Because he was just doing his job, so he was going to continue to do his job as well as he possibly could.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like, oh, I have to be better. He was just like, no, I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to be better because that's my job.
Yes.
Not out of pride.
Pride, yeah. He was not prideful, man.
No, he was humble.
He was very humble.
He was proud that he did the thing, but he was humble about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then he also... On again, off again was one of Mortarion's favorites.
Yeah.
Because of his loyalty, because of his leadership abilities and whatnot.
Well, there was this Mortarion was special as well, and it showed how much he actually did care about his legion.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest evidence that he cares about his legion is how he became a Primarch of Nurgle.
Yeah.
But he used to do, he'd have this tradition with all of his sons.
Yeah.
And any one of his sons that showed a great prowess in battle and stuff like that. He used to make poisons.
Right.
Yeah. So he used to make poisons because he was always trying to boost his tolerance because of where he lived. So what he would do is he would pick a and Astartes that showed great prowess in battle that time, right?
Yeah.
And he would share a drink with them.
Yes.
And it would be this poison. And it was poison that was so potent that it didn't put an Astartes down, but they would be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mortarion would be like, oh, good year. But yeah, so Nathaniel got that.
Yes.
A good
Couple
amount. I think a good few times, yeah.
Yeah. He got to go out for
drinks a few times.
Bevies with his dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as well over the years there was lots of campaigns that Garro went on, and he got pretty well acquainted with his cousins from other legions.
Yes.
Namely Loken from the Luna Wolves.
Yeah.
Horus's children, Luna Wolves. Yes, both.
Yeah.
And then as well Saul Tarvitz from the Emperor's Children. Poor Saul.
No.
Poor Tarvitz. Poor Garro.
Poor Garro.
They were brothers.
They were brothers.
They were brothers by honor.
Yeah. Garvey, no.
They became honor brothers after saving each other's lives in this one really nasty campaign. And they did the cutest thing ever. After that, is they each carved an eagle into their vambrace, like their forearm armor piece, so that whenever they clasped hands, the birds would kiss.
Oh, how cute!
That's not how it was written in any of the places that I read it, but they made the birds kiss when they held hands. Yeah, that's sort of before things go bad.
Yeah,
Garro had a pretty good. He had it pretty good.
Yeah. Well, he was like, he's just a cool guy.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah, he's just a cool guy. But then things start going south. A little while before the heresy starts, Malkador sends orders to Mortarion. Well, the Emperor sends orders through Malkador, who sends them to Mortarion, as the chain of command goes, to deal with a xenospecies that were called the Jorgal.
Yeah.
These guys are pretty freaky. They're pretty freaky. If you wanna, like, they're not the worst in the Warhammer whatever, but if you wanna look them up, go nuts. But yeah, these Jorgal guys were preparing to invade the Iota Orology system.
Yeah.
They had big long cylindrical ships.
Yes.
They had big, long, like, imagine an M&M tube.
Yeah.
And these guys were getting ready to invade this one system. So, the Death Guard...
Their ships.
Yes.
Think of it as like a big, long, cylindrical craft world.
Yeah.
Is what there was. It's like entire environments, entire, like, domains.
Yeah.
Inside the thing. So much so that when I was reading The Flight of the Eisenstein, I was like, wow, these Eldar have really weird ships, huh?
It's not the Eldar, though.
It's not the Eldar, though.
These guys have, like, 3 arms and, like, just...
They're just weirdos.
They're just weirdos.
Yeah.
So anyways, the Death Guard team up with the Sisters of Silence.
Yes.
And the forces of the Sisters are led by the Night Sister, Amendura Kendall. So they're doing their thing. Everybody's got their own job to do. Garro was in charge of the nurseries, the hatcheries.
Yeah.
And he fought directly alongside Kendall.
Yeah.
Now, as they were getting everything cleaned up, Garro got a vision from one of the psychers of the Jorgals.
Mm-hmm.
And it was of what was going to happen to the Death Guard.
Yeah.
But Garro was like, nah, this is just lies. They're just trying to get under our skin. And Kendall killed the Jorgal in the midst of the vision being given.
Yeah.
And she also had her own mission that she was doing. She took some heads, like they burned all the eggs so that there would be no more. But she also took a bunch of heads back to Malkador, I think.
Yeah, they have
there was a whole
the Sisters of Silence work under Malkador. Everyone works under Malkador. But no, they're specific thing. The Sisters of Silence is specifically there to defend against Psychers.
Exactly.
At least at this time of the Imperium, before the Grey Knights exist, and the Inquisitores and all that sort of stuff, and Librarians, blah 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 blah. But they specifically exist to deal with psychs and stuff like that. And these creatures were one of the species that they encountered where they were naturally psychers off the bat. Well, part of them were naturally psychers off the bat, and the reason that they were taking heads is because they wanted to make sure that they could defend against such creatures if they appeared again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brain research.
Also, the hatchery, all of them they were children. All of their psychers were children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's fun.
Yeah. A lot of child murder.
Yeah.
Mortarion was dealing with the grown-ups and the rest of the ships, but Garro and Kendall were in charge of killing all of the children.
Yeah.
Anakin
Skywalker style.
Exactly. Yeah. That bit was playing in the back of my mind. But Kendall was very impressed by Garro's fighting and swiftness and efficiency and whatever, and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna put in a good word for you, to Malkador. My god, Malkador. I'm gonna tell him how good you were, right?" And then she also told Mortarion how good Garro had done.
Yeah.
And then this is where they share
drinks.
Cups.
Yeah.
Garro got to have drinks with Mortarion, and Mortarion also had. I've been trying to think of this word the entire time that I've been writing notes, and I haven't been able to find the phrase.
Yeah.
He's got like his own intentions, but there's a specific phrasing for it, and I can't for the life of me figure it out.
I can't either.
That's okay. I just needed to voice that.
I know there's a word for it. It's like right at the tip of my tongue, and I can't figure it
out. It's not hidden motive, but like ulterior motive.
It's got ulterior.
That's it. I've been trying to think of that for the last 3 hours. Ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Mortarion had an ulterior motive to drinking with Garro at this point because the turning traitor. I think by this point Mortarion had already turned traitor.
He was on his way.
He was on his way.
He hadn't. So the stuff with Horus hadn't happened yet at this point, but Mortarion was always traitor. Yeah. He was one of the few that was always traitor because he hates the Emperor.
Exactly.
He hates the Emperor.
Regardless of whether it was more of a choice of whether or not to join Horus in being a traitor.
Or be on traitor on my own.
Exactly.
Because after kill stealing his father, Mortarion's not too plussed about the fact that, the Emperor exists.
Exactly.
So in this moment, Mortarion is trying to gauge which one of his sons are loyal to him.
Exactly.
But he doesn't realize that Garro is loyal to what Mortarion represents, quote unquote, not the man that he is.
Exactly. Yeah. So they have drinkies, and Mortarion, I think, tries to he tells Garro about the Warrior Lodge. It's like, hey, do you want to get in on this? Yeah. And Garro's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. From the way if I remember it rightly, it's not even because he's like, oh, it's against the Emperor's will. He just has absolutely zero interest about joining the Warrior Lodge.
Yeah, he's fine. He's had it good up till now. So why would he do? Yeah. Why would he change it up? So
another reason why is because of the animosity between the other captains of the thing. Because I believe the captain of the second company. The captain of the second company hates Garro's guts.
Exactly.
He wants him dead at every vacant opportunity that there is a chance. So much so that he backs up his squire in a room and he's basically going like, accidents happen all the time. It'd be a real shame if Garro found out that an accident happened to you, wouldn't it? And he's literally backing this guy up, and he's like huge. He's an Astartes, right?
Yeah.
And he's backing this guy up, and the dude's like standing strong.
Yeah.
But the dude's just threatening this guy over and over and over again, and then Garro comes in and goes, "It would be a shame if I found that out, wouldn't it?"
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, so Mortarion's able to suss out that Garro wouldn't really change. He wouldn't do
Yeah.
whatever. So Mortarion decides that Garro is going to get a first class ticket to Istvaan III.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like there's a great moment where there's a great moment where Mortarion sits him down. He sits down Garro, and he's like trying to convince him, like, "Hey,
yeah,
this is your last chance," kind of deal, but like in double speak kind of way of being like, "You're always one of my most loyal sons," and then he's like, "My loyalty always remained with the Emperor." Blah, 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 blah,
yeah.
And Mortarion goes. Mortarion's basically like, well, okay then, you've made your choice.
Yeah.
And then that's when he gets a first class ticket to Istvaan III.
Exactly. So Garro gets a one-way ticket to Istvaan III.
Yeah.
And Mortarion was going to try and get him to come over to the dark side one more time.
Mm.
Well, in this event, one more time. And well, okay, so before Istvaan III, there was a preliminary battle on the planet Istvaan Extremis.
Istvaan Extremis, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is important to the story.
Very important.
This is important to the story. Garro and the Seventh Company were involved in the whole thing, because the planet was infested with, well, people.
Yeah, war singers.
And war singers, primarily. And war singers, I feel like we've briefly brought them up a couple of times.
We brought them up a little bit, yeah.
They're human psychers who project deadly warp stuff with their voice.
Yeah, they use...
ultrasonic psychic.
They are the precursor to the precursor of the Noise Marine.
Exactly.
Because the only way that one of them gets killed is because Captain Eidolon uses a gene alteration that had been done to him to, distend his jaw and create a supersonic screech that knocks the Warsinger off kilter enough that I think it was Eidolon or it was Garro or something. No, it wasn't Garro. Garro was knocked out. It was Eidolon or it was Tarvitz that goes up and he beheads him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think Garro sees it. Because no one was supposed to see it. No one was supposed to see him using that power.
Right.
And Garro sees it and he's like,
whoa.
Wow, this warp stuff's really messing me up. I swear Eidolon distended his jaw, but no loyal soldier of the Imperium would ever edit their gene seed. So I must be crazy. Yeah. And he just writes it all off.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
He is really good.
He's really good at that.
Until he's literally faced with it.
Yeah, until he cannot anymore.
Yeah. But there's something else that happens that's really important in this battle.
Yes.
Garro gets his leg blown off.
Yes. The lower half of his right leg.
Yeah.
And the medic guy from the Death Guard was way too far away.
Yeah.
And if he had tried to get back to Garro, Garro would have been dead.
Yeah.
So instead he's saved by Fabius Bile.
Fabius Bile.
Fabius Bile. It is Fabius.
But he's fabulous.
But he is fabulous, and I'll continue to call him Fabulous. But I had to do a double take when I saw the name. I was like, is this Fabulous, or is this another guy with a similar name?
No, it's Fabulous.
It's Fabulous.
Yeah.
And then, he eventually got a prosthetic leg, but it did not heal in time for Istvaan III, so...
Well, there's another thing as well.
Ethan has actually read The Flight of the Eisenstein, so he knows what I'm talking about.
No, because this is one of the moments where Tarvitz and Garro meet up again.
Oh, okay.
And Tarvitz is like, man, you should really see an apothecary.
Yeah.
And Garro, being Garro, is like, there are people who need it more than I do. And it's like, buddy, you're bleeding out through your leg.
You lost a leg, man.
Yeah. And Tarvitz is actually the one that convinces him to at least get seen by Fabius Bile.
Right.
Yeah. Because the Death Guard, Garro, the Death Guard apothecary is off dealing with other Death Guards. So,
exactly. Yeah. Garro would have died by the time. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... the Brotherhood is strong.
Yeah.
Garro's down a leg. So he gets put on basically the bleachers.
Yeah.
For Istvaan III. He's still there, but he's not involved.
That's a wonderful name to call a light cruiser.
The bleachers. No, he's put onto the Eisenstein.
The Eisenstein, named after an old scientist from pre-darkness. It's Einstein.
Yeah.
It's literally Einstein with an extra S. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Eisenstein.
Yeah, there's an extra syllable in there.
Yeah.
So... Sorry, there is.
You really got that bug.
I have plants. It's a or not a fungus gnat, but it's a plant. It's a gnat.
Yeah.
They eat the plant roots, so I kill them.
They eat my plants, so I end them swiftly.
Yeah. If any of you have plants,
you get it.
You know what I'm on about. Anyways, he needed to die for the Emperor.
Gilliman in the Garden of Nurgle.
Exactly. So, where was I? Okay, so he wasn't battle ready.
Yeah.
So he's put onto the Eisenstein, with the commander Ignatius Grulgor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love Grulgor. No, we don't. No, we do not. Do you remember which company he was with? Second company.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the... Okay, he's the one that wants to... Okay, so this was a good choice for Mortarion to put these two together.
Yeah.
Anywho, so they're chilling on the Eisenstein, and then Tarvitz realizes that something was wrong.
Yeah.
We told this from Tarvitz's perspective when we did Istvaan.
Yeah.
But Garro just so happened to be in charge of the ship at the right moment.
Yeah,
and
he was co-commander.
Yes.
With Grulgor.
Yes.
And the reason he was co-commander with Grulgor is because Mortarion wanted it to seem like nothing was wrong.
Exactly.
So that way, the moment that they dropped "quote unquote" the payload, they could turn and immediately slaughter all of the loyalists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if Grulgor was away for a split second, but Garro was able to help.
It's his squire.
Oh.
So his squire finds out about the Life Eater.
Right.
And he goes back to him and no. Yes. So his squire finds out about the Life Eater virus.
Garro's or
Garro's.
Okay.
And he's about to get it because he has backed himself into a corner. And then another loyalist who we will talk about later.
Yes.
Sweeps him up and he's like, "Yo, this is crazy." And the squire's like, "I know, right?"
Yeah.
So they go to Garro and they're like,
something's wrong.
So there's the Life Eater virus, and then Garro is very quick off the mark, and he's like, only the War Master can permit the use of the Life Eater, and there's nothing on Istvaan III except all of us, and he's like, oh. Yeah. So he gets word to Tarvitz.
Yeah.
Not right before or not right after trapping all of Grulgor's men, with the exception of a couple. Well, with the exception of a few pockets across the ship.
Yeah.
Trapping them in the loading bay.
Yes.
Where one of the Life Eater virus spheres cracks and proceeds to kill everybody in there.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
With only a few loyalists escaping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the payload drops. Grulgor and the few guys that they didn't get stuck in the...
There's no payload drops from the Eisenstein.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is extremely suspicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Grulgor and his guys are immediately taken out by Garro and his men, and the squire, the dude, Caleb, he dies in the skirmish, but that gives Garro the win.
Yeah, and then after that, Garro has to make the order of anybody that's loyal to Grulgor across the ship.
Yeah.
knock them off, which really drops morale for the rest of the Death Guard.
Yes. But they had to do that so that they could get control of the ship again and not be suspicious. And they end up bringing on a couple of other survivors onto the Eisenstein. I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but Kurz guy.
Kurz, yeah.
Yeah.
The half-herd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Conrad Kurz, but
a different Kurz.
Yeah.
I took a double take on that as well when I was like, huh? Ikaton.
Ikaton?
Like that. Let me see how it's written.
Iacton. Where? Right there.
Yeah. I think it's Ikaton Kurz.
Okay.
Or Ikaton or something like that. Or Ikaton Kurz or something like that.
So that guy.
Yeah.
One of the sons of Horus. Luna Wolf's sons of Horus.
Yeah. No, he's a Luna Wolf. He makes that very clear, yeah.
Yes. And then a Remembrancer by the name of Euphrati Keeler. Remember
Euphrati
that name?
Keeler.
Euphrati Keeler?
Yeah.
Okay, remember that name. She's a saint. Well, she is not now, but she will be later.
Oh, no, she is.
Oh, she is a saint by this point?
By the followers of the Lectitio Divinitatis on Horus's ship, she's considered a saint.
Okay.
Yeah. But there are none of them left, so...
Yeah. So, she's a Remembrancer, now saint.
Yeah.
And she, over a period of time, talks with Garro, like they're just chit-chatting.
Yeah.
And she ends up strengthening his loyalty to the Emperor.
She's the reason that he starts to see the Emperor as a god, quote
exactly.
unquote. Because there's a great moment at the end of the book. I can't remember exactly where. But the followers of the Lectitio Divinitatis use the Emperor protects as their mantra and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a bit later on in the book where he's fighting or he's just done fighting and stuff like that, and he uses that, and that's the moment that you realize even the Astartes are starting to see the Emperor as a god a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're all on board the Eisenstein.
Yeah.
And they're now trying to hightail it out of there so they can get back to Terra.
But no one gave them the order to leave.
No one gave them the order to leave, so somebody's trying to shoot them down. I don't remember offhand. I know we talked about it in...
It is...
Is it more Death Guard, or is it
I think it's Typhon.
Yes.
I think it's Callus Typhon
yes.
is the one that's trying to shoot them down.
Yes.
And then they use a warp jump to get out of there.
Yes, because Typhon managed to damage the ship pretty severely.
Yeah.
But they were able at the last second to do not a typical...
No, it was a blind warp jump.
It was a blind. They had no warp navigation.
No.
Or very limited, at least.
Very limited warp navigation. I believe that a lot of their astropathic relay was injured or killed because of the attacks on the ship and stuff like that. So they were working on a reduced amount. Not to mention that the leader of them was citing to him constantly, there are too many warp storms to go through the warp right now.
Yeah.
So they did a blind jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they thought they were in the clear, but, oh no, Nurgle demons.
This is fun. This is great.
Take it away.
This is the first instance of Plague Marines.
Yes.
First instance of Plague Marines because Nurgle literally uses them as progenitors because he's like, I wonder what I could do with these. And then he brings them back to life.
He brings back Grulgor and all of the dead men.
Yeah.
And turns them into Plague Marines.
Yeah. And then there's some warp shenanigans, yada, 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 blah, 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 demons, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. They end up defeating them again.
Yes.
Not before that one guy that saved Caleb earlier is nicked by a blade.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about Nurgle's blades, they have Nurgle's gift in them, which is basically a disease that can never be cured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Solon Decius.
That's it.
That's the guy.
Yeah. But he gets nicked by that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh god, what are we going to do? They quarantine him in the apothecarium.
Yes.
And they're like, well, what can we do? It's like, God, keep him alive and stuff like that. And that's when Nurgle starts talking to that guy.
Exactly. Yeah. So while that's all going on, in that secondary skirmish, the main navigator died. So they have no navigators.
Not at all.
So they do manage to jump out of the warp.
Yeah.
back into real space, but now they're stranded.
Yeah.
Down many, many men.
And that's another thing as well, is like, not only are they stranded, they're stranded between systems.
Exactly.
Which is
hundreds of thousands of light years.
Yeah, which is near impossible. When that happens, it's usually a thing of like, oh, we messed up. We need to we need to get like the most like closest thing that we can find. Get the astropaths on it. What is the closest system? Because we need to get there now.
But they have no astropaths.
Exactly. So they're there. And they get stuck, there for, I don't know how long. I think it's a few weeks.
Okay.
They're stuck there, or it's a couple of days, but it's a while.
Yeah.
So much so that their power is starting to fail, and they are cutting out life support. They're cutting out life support to the Astartes sections of the ship. So there's a scene where Garro is writing his memoir of basically if the ship ever gets found, and his room is freezing, but he's fine because he's in Astartes. There's nothing to worry about it. And then he gets called to like the main deck, and it's just as cold as the rest of the ship is.
Right.
But they still have humans working there, so it's not as cold, and that's where a majority of the life support is being funneled.
Right.
And then they have an idea.
Oh.
A really good idea.
A banging idea.
A really banging idea. So they take their warp core.
Yep.
They take their warp core and they ignite it.
Yeah.
And then they send it out and they shoot it off into space.
Yeah.
And it causes a warp beacon.
Yes.
And Garro knows that this would happen, and he's like,
someone will see it.
Someone will see it. Good or bad, at least we're saved.
At least something happens.
Yeah. And then they're waiting, and they're like, well, I think this might have been a bad idea. Now we're completely out of warp.
Yeah.
And then they notice that the universe is going black.
Oh, no.
And they're like, oh, this isn't good. And then a ship.
Yes.
Well, more of an asteroid.
Yes.
Starts to pull up next to them. And Garro's like, okay, all Astartes battle stations, all humans battle stations if you can.
Yeah.
And then he smells a smelly smell.
Yes.
A smelly smell that smells.
A smelly smell that he has smelled before.
It's the smelly smell of...
Rogal Dorn.
Not of Rogal Dorn. It's the smelly smell of a Terminator transport beacon being dropped directly onto the deck of the ship. So they teleport in, and they're like, hey...
Yeah,
what are you doing all the way out of here? Why did you eject your warp beacon? But also, kind of thank you, because the entire phalanx was stuck in the warp. You know what the phalanx is, right? We've talked about it.
Yeah.
It's the city-sized space station made out of an asteroid / moon that Rogal Dorn commands.
It's an Imperial rock.
Yeah. So they're like, hey...
Thanks for getting us out of the warp, but also, what is going on?
Yeah, basically, you're under arrest.
Yeah.
You need to come and have a conversation with our Primarch. And Garro's like, oh, the Primarch. The Primarch of... And he looks at them and he's like, oh,
Dorn, yay!
So he does that, and then but that's the other thing as well, is they take the ship into the phalanx.
Yes.
And they take the infected dude and they put them into their apothecarium.
Yes.
And they're like, this shouldn't be happening. What have you done?
Yeah.
At this point, they think that everything is Garro and Kurz's fault.
Oh.
Because they don't know yet.
Yes, they know nothing. They've been stuck in the warp for however long.
So all they see is all they can see is basically Astartes that have abandoned the post.
Yeah.
Or have been stranded by their legion and need to know why they've been stranded by their legion.
Yes.
So Nathaniel Garro gets an audience with Rogal Dorn.
Yes.
And he proceeds to tell Rogal Dorn, hey, buddy, can I call you buddy or can I call you uncle?
Uncle Buddy.
Uncle Buddy.
I had an Uncle Buddy once.
So he goes, hey, Uncle Dorn, I have some bad news.
Yeah.
Some pretty bad news.
Yeah.
He goes, your brother, my father, has turned traitor. He has turned heresy. But not only that, we have reason to believe that Horus has turned traitor.
Yeah.
And Rogal Dorn responded
in a very,
reserved and, calm manner. Something that you'd think of Rogal Dorn when he did it. So he proceeds to knock Nathaniel Garro's shit halfway across the ship deck with a single punch.
Yeah.
And Garro, being Garro, and this is why I refer to him as an absolute Giga Chad of a person, stands up and basically says to Rogal Dorn, if you wanted to kill me, you would have killed me, which means that you have some inkling that this might be true. And Rogal Dorn goes, you're under arrest, for real this time.
Yeah.
And he puts him, Kurz, and all of the other Death Guard that are remaining under house arrest.
Yeah.
Because he can't prove anything yet. So they are guilty. They are innocent until proven guilty, but he's pretty sure they're guilty.
Guilty until proven innocent?
Yeah, guilty until proven innocent, which is unheard of for a start, is because usually they'd be like, guilty, bang.
Yeah.
Oh no, they were innocent? Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. But there was enough suspicion, and this is a big enough thing that it needs looking into.
And then Rogal Dorn, again being Rogal Dorn, did the calm and well-mannered thing that Rogal Dorn usually does, and proceeded to throw a 7-day hissy fit in his quarters.
Yes.
Because he was so distraught about Horus and Mortarion turning traitor, he didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, we're going home.
Yeah.
And he takes them to Luna.
Yes.
The moon. The moon. Which has been turned into a huge shipyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Military ready. Kind of like, if the moon wasn't a moon but a star, and it was ready for war, a star of death.
A Death Star.
It's like a giant... No, I'm not going to make that reference.
But no, it's literally... Ilum from the shitty sequels of Star Wars? Starkiller Base?
Oh, yeah.
The moon looks like that. Where there's a giant trench around the center of the moon.
Yes.
Because they fly ships in and out of the moon.
Right.
And they dock them in there.
Right.
So they dock up, and Rogal Dorn is like, okay, I'm going to Earth.
Yeah.
You guys are going to stay here.
Yeah.
And we're going to figure out what this is.
Yes.
So this is around about the time that guy that got stabbed by Nurgle's gift embraces Nurgle's gift.
Stolen Decius.
Yes. And it's gross.
Yeah.
So there is like a warning that happens, and it's like, breach an apothecarium or something like that. So Kurz and Garro run down there.
Yeah.
And they see carnage.
Yeah.
There are Imperial fists and Death Guard just laid out across the place. Yeah. And they go over to the bed where the guy was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they're like, what is this?
Yeah.
And they pick up his skin. Because he shedded his skin and became something new. He is the Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
Yeah. And...
Not the novel.
Not the novel, the real life person.
A demon.
Yeah. And Nathaniel Garro catches up with him. And he gets to a ship port or an airlock area. And he's like, open the airlock.
Yeah.
So both him and the demon get sucked out onto the surface of the moon.
Where there is no atmosphere.
Where they proceed to have a full-on duel on the surface of the moon.
Yes. Fist to fist.
Yeah. Now, and the reason that he did that is because he noticed something early on.
Yes.
Is any wound that was given to this demon would be healed by his swarm of flies that constantly engulfed him.
Right.
But
if no atmosphere...
But if no atmosphere, if no flies, that means that he can be injured and he can be attacked. So Nathaniel Garro ends up defeating him.
Yes.
And it's like, wow, that was great. Everyone knows that demons are real now.
Yes.
So now we just have to wait for sentence from Terra.
Yep.
So him and Kurz are hanging out, and they're like, well, I wonder what's going to happen next. Yeah. And they get called into a room, a very private room.
Yes.
And in that room, they find a custos.
Yes.
And they're like,
uh-oh.
This is it.
This is it.
This is it.
It was a good run, buddy.
Yeah. Well, it was nice serving the Emperor while we could. And then another guy steps out of the shadows. Literally steps out of the shadows.
As he is wont to do.
Yeah. Malkador the Sigillite.
Malkador the mother Sigillite.
Yeah. And he's like...
And a friend that we've seen before.
Yes.
Kendall, whatever the hell her first name was.
Yes. Kendall, I can't remember what her
name it's like Fancy Amanda.
Yeah.
Fancy Amanda.
Yeah, but the Sister of Silence appears.
Yes.
And Malkador, very Nick Fury style, is like, I'm putting together a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting together a team of the best and brightest.
That Terra had to offer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have the quote.
Oh, please tell.
Give
us your best Malkador.
I haven't listened to any of the... I don't know what anybody's voices sound like. So, I'm just gonna... Yeah.
Think of the oldest guy you've ever met in your life.
I feel like he's kind of, like a Smithers type voice. No.
There's a reason the Emperor calls him Malkador the hero.
Okay, not Smithers, just old. Okay.
I'm building a secret organization of men and women of inquisitive nature, hunters who might seek the witch, the traitor, the mutant, and the Xenos.
Thank you.
That's about it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's putting together a team.
12 legions at your side.
13.
13 legions at your side.
12.
13.
I was gonna go back. I was just gonna keep it going back and forth.
Well, actually, the back and forth is 15.
13.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So Garro was like, sure, sign me up.
Yeah, anything to do to protect the Emperor.
That's better than being dead.
Yeah.
I guess. So...
Better than having my glass jaw rocked by Rogal Dorn again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're still on house arrest for a little while.
Yeah.
But then Malkador is like, you, Garro, are gonna be my Agentia Primus, first agent.
Yeah.
Cause those are the words.
And you, Curse, will be my 47th Primus. Agent 47, if you will.
Oh boy. But yeah, so Garro becomes Malkador's, pretty much his number one underling.
Yeah.
Not his first in command, but his number one underling.
His number one underling, yeah.
I'm having thoughts, but I'm not saying any of them out loud. Anyways, so Garro's first mission, his main mission is to go and find a bunch of Astartes that are loyal to the Emperor, bring them back to Terra so that they can be part of this secret club where they're going to fight people and they're not going to talk about it.
He is the Phil Coulson to Malkador's Nick Fury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
He is, yeah.
But also this is Fight Club.
Yeah, basically.
The number one rule
of the Knights-Errant is do not talk about the
Knights-Errant.
Knights-Errant.
Do not talk about the Knights-Errant.
The second rule of the Knights-Errant is do not talk about the Knights-Errant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, the first... Oh, he also got... Now, I don't know, I can't remember, did he get brand new armor, or did they just refurbish his armor? Because up to this point, he's been wearing a standard Mark IV power armor.
He probably has gotten new refurbished armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one is no colors.
Yeah.
It's got Malkador's sigil instead of the Malkador the sigil.
It's got Malkador's sigilite on
it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm censoring myself very heavily today.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Malkador's, what do they call it? It's a sigil. It's an emblem. It's the mark of
the mark of Malkador.
Yeah. He does keep his... Garro had a unique Aquila.
Yeah.
He had one bird coming out from his chest plate, and then one that kind of like went over the back of his head, like a full sculpted bird on the back of his armor.
That's another thing that needs to be mentioned as well is Garro had the Emperor's Aquila on his chest.
Yes.
Which was not heard of during this time.
Yes.
Because only the Emperor's children were allowed to have it because they had done great services to the Emperor by being his children.
Yes.
And only those who had done great deeds and great services to the Emperor could have it. Not even Abaddon.
Yeah.
Not even Abaddon, Torgadon, Lil Horus, and Loken had that. And they were the top men of Horus's army.
Oh. Sorry, I had a reminder go off on my watch, and I've been typing things into it this whole time.
Yeah. You got the entire episode typed into a message on your watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had the equivalent, and it also had eyes. Usually, it didn't have eyes.
Yes. No.
But his did. There was some like
Probably something Eyes of the Emperor, something that kind of.
Well, superstition that would like
Yeah.
give the person foresight of whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he gets kitted out. He gets a new gun.
Yeah.
He's still got his sword.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
he still has his sword. Yeah. So his first mission, he ends up in Calf. As far as I can find. You're giving me a look. Where did he go first? Yeah. To attempt to recruit Tylos Rubio.
So his first protocol, in very standard Games Workshop fashion, is let's get a Marine on the team. Yeah.
Yes, but he happens to turn up.
Sense of that.
He turns up at the best time possible.
The Battle of Calth.
The middle of the Battle of Calth. So he does recruit Tylos Rubio, who's I don't know how to pronounce it, Codicier? A Codicier? Codicier?
Codicier? Yeah, I think you had it right, Codicier.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So he gets Rubio.
Yeah.
And then he ends up on a little side quest. Ooh. He goes with a Custodes named Korarin. To find a refugee fleet that was being led by a guy named Macer Varen, who was a world eater, but a loyalist.
Yes.
And then they were supposed to find the fleet, figure out what their loyalties were, and then proceed accordingly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's also Emperor's Children and White Scars on there.
Yeah.
The World Eaters and a Blood Angel. Just one?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay.
The general rule is it's usually one or two from every legion at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there are more than what I've written down here, but notably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it turns out the White Scars are traitors. But there's a whole bunch of back and forth and political humna. But yeah, so they destroy the ship. It was called the Dagger Line.
Yeah.
They destroy the ship with the traitors in it.
Yeah.
And then Varen does join the Knights-Errant, which they are now called by this point.
Yeah.
Then he goes back home.
Yeah.
Back to the Sol system. And he sneaks back onto the Phalanx.
Yes.
And he wanted to recruit another Codicier, Yorid Masic, who was locked up with the Imperial Fist Librarians. He didn't want to go. He was like, nah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll stay locked up in here.
Yeah. It's my sin being born like this.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll live out my days in here, I guess. So Dorn finds Garro on the ship and is like, dude, are you really trusting Malkador is basically our creepy uncle. Are you sure you want to be trusting him? Or great uncle? He's the creepy great uncle.
I love the idea of Dorn being like, dude, this is my creepy uncle. Yeah. And you've seen my brothers, right?
Yeah, this is my creepy uncle. Why are you trusting him?
Yeah.
If he says he has candy for you, don't...
Well, that's the thing as well, is Malkador does things that the Primarchs don't know about because the Emperor doesn't want them to know about certain things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dorn is just, be careful, man.
Yeah.
And then it didn't elaborate much about how Dorn warning Garro led to the next bit, but Garro finds out that a guy named Voyen, I did not see his name anywhere else in my research. I couldn't find it backlinked to his own page, but a guy named Voyan found the remains of Decius, the Lord of the Flies guy, and was going to take those remains to Io, which is one of the moons of Jupiter.
Moons of Jupiter, yeah.
Which cannot mean any good things.
Most of Jupiter's moons are shipyards.
Yeah.
Yeah, shipyards and research facilities.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Garro is able to intercept them.
Yeah.
And he threw the remains into the sun.
Hell yeah. Sure. Like,
yeah, burn that.
yeah.
Burn that. I forget that Warhammer. Like Terra is Earth, yes.
Yes.
But I forget that the sun is our sun.
The sun is the sun, yeah.
Yeah, like the moon is our moon and the Earth is our Earth, but there's the rest of the solar system there. Anyway.
Fun fact for you,
Yeah.
Canonically in like the 42nd millennium,
Yeah.
Jupiter is down a moon.
Oh.
Because when they made the Fearless Abyss,
Yeah.
which was like the huge like word bearers like super ship,
Yeah.
they blow up a moon to prove that they had never been there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's very on par for
the word bearers.
the word bearers. Yeah, so that was a fun little secondary side quest after the first side quest.
Mm-hmm.
So now Garro's back on track. Malkador, and then one of the other dudes made a list, and yeah, just one of the other dudes.
Yeah, these guys. We want these guys.
Yeah, we want these guys. So now Garro is just going down the list, and then in the 17,008th year of the 31st millennium,
yeah,
they end up in the Pale Stars, which is a cluster of systems near the Maelstrom Zone.
Yeah, the Maelstrom. Yeah.
The Maelstrom.
Yeah.
And Rubio and... Hold on. Yeah. Rubio, a guy named Callian, and... Oh, Callian Zavin. That's his first and last name. There's no comma there, so obviously that's his name. So Rubio, that I mentioned before, and then a guy called Callian Zavin went with him. And once they got into place, they sent out some secret codes, and had Captain Saren of the Blood Angels, Niran of the White Scars, and the Nemean Reaver of the Dark Brotherhood all show up.
Yeah.
I want to find more out about this Reaver guy, but this is an episode about Garro.
Plus, he's a Dark Angel.
He's a Dark Angel, so like...
Oh, what's so important? Because our dad came out. It must be nice to have a dad.
Yeah, I know, right? So anyways, they're going to have a meeting. Garro's probably going to be like, hey, do you wanna hop into this this program that I'm working on?
Yeah.
See if I recruit 5 of you guys and then you recruit 5 more guys.
And if you give us all of your Imperial credits.
Yes. We'll pay them. You'll get them back eventually.
Yeah. If the Knights-Errant is not an MLM,
yeah.
It's an earning opportunity.
Exactly. So, anyways, they're about to have this meeting, and the Alpha Legion show up. The Alpha Legion show up, and they're like, ah.
But maybe not.
But maybe not. Maybe they didn't show up.
Maybe they were never there.
Maybe they were never there. Maybe they were the ones who organized it in the first place. Who knows?
I'm glad Megan's dead.
Yeah, so I do think, yeah, they manage, Garro and all the guys manage to teleport off of the meeting point back to their ship, and they do get all 3 guys.
Yeah.
Specifically the Reaver, they wanted to recruit him, and they got him. And the Alpha Legion didn't really get to do much. They just showed up.
And they went,
bleh, bleh, boo!
Boo, the Alpha Legion's here, but maybe we're not.
And then everyone ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the last person that Garro managed to recruit was none other than Garviel Loken.
Hi, Cerberus. He renames to Cerberus.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they rescue him from the surface of Istvaan III.
Yeah.
He's been there the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, what's left of the surface of Istvaan III.
What's left of the system, and what's left of Loken.
Yeah.
He's just about gone.
Yeah.
Mush for brains. But Garro talked him back.
Yeah.
talked him back to
So
himself.
they go to Istvaan III and they just leave Venerable Dreadnought, Ancient of Rites, servant of the Emperor of Rylanor on the surface.
Yeah.
And don't even pick him up.
Well, they don't know he's there.
Oh, don't give me that. He's a Dreadnought. He probably has tracking trip in him.
Oh, probably. Either way, so they leave Rylanor there. They'll be like, we'll be back for you in another
10,000 years.
10,000 years. Yeah. So that was his last recruit. Now, over the time of all of the recruiting and whatnot,
Yeah.
holy, this is turning into a long episode.
Yeah.
I said that I could
We
throw
wrote this. Yeah, we wrote this as a short one.
Well, I didn't write it as a short one. I said we were going to make it a short one, and then I wrote a lot of notes.
Yeah.
Because I just kept finding out cool stuff.
Because he's just so cool.
He's just so cool, right? This is how I felt doing the
Eldar episodes.
No, the Jagatai episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, oh my god, this guy's like, I thought he was boring at first, but he's actually kind of a badass.
Why does his Legion have so little models when he's so cool?
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, he had a personal mission. Garro had a personal mission. He was looking for Keeler.
Euphrati Keeler.
Euphrati Keeler.
Yeah.
He was looking for her, who is for sure 100% the same now. She has been. So instead, he's like on this planet or this moon somewhere looking for her, and ends up finding a lady. She's part of the Administratus. She's a scribe. Her name is Canato Talery.
Yeah.
And she had been going through, like the bookkeeping records of the Imperium, and found that a bunch of things were getting put into, not an offshore account, but there were things that were disappearing under a weird PO number. The PO number being Otherys. Othrys. I'll just pronounce every word I don't know.
Othrys?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Othrys.
Yeah, so that. So she finds ships and equipment and stuff being taken away.
Yeah.
Sneakily, like just little bits, not enough that anybody would notice.
Yeah.
Like credit card fraud. Well, yeah, like
which we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she thought that Horus was up to some
horror stuff.
Yeah. She thought that he was sneaking out all of this stuff.
If only she knew he wasn't as bold as credit card fraud and just skipped straight onto bank robbery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because
we miss you, Mars.
With credit card fraud, there's a paper trail. With robbery, you just go in then leave.
Yeah.
Anyways, so and she was super loyal to the Divinitat,
Lectitio Divinitat.
That one. And so Garro thought that because she trusted that so well, that he could trust her.
Mm-hmm.
So when she says, hey, let's sneak on board one of the next ships that's going out to this Othrys thing, let's sneak on board the ship, find out where it's going.
Yeah.
So they do. They end up on the ship that's going to be taken to the place and then disassembled and then rebuilt into this like temple monastery fortress thing. So they get to this place and they pop out of their hiding spots and they're like, whoa, what's going on? So they start fighting people.
Yeah.
And they work their way through the place and they get to the spot where they would, expect Horus or some other like henchman to be.
Yeah.
Malkador's there.
Oh.
So they've just killed all of Malkador's guys.
Yeah.
And Malkador is like, guys, are you kidding me? This isn't Horus.
Yeah.
It is Malkador. This is a backup for humanity post Heresy.
Yeah.
They're building a safe haven basically for humanity.
I think I know what this is.
I don't. The beginnings of the Imperium Secundus.
No.
Maybe? No.
This is going to be I can't remember the name of it. They're building the home base of the Grey Knights right now.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which when you finished, I'll tell you what happened to that place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Talery is like, this goes against all of the rules.
Yeah.
And she starts freaking out.
Yeah.
So Malkador is like, Garro, kill her. Garro, get her. And Garro's like, okay, no, this is my friend. I can't kill her.
Yeah.
And Malkador's like, okay, fine.
You can have your pet.
She can, but she has to stay on house arrest here, and she has to help. So she gets made into a Curator Adepta Primus.
Yeah.
And is in charge of now helping build this, whatever it is. So that was his other side quest.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the main stuff.
Yeah.
Our
main feller.
Our main quest line here. I believe on the way back to Terra, he gets sent out to this planet. There's a new demon. It's a blood-drinking demon that's kind of like dragon-esque. And Garro goes out to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the demon won't fully get into the physical host because there's not enough killing to do. So Garro's like, hey, I need some backup. And another one of the loyalist death guards, a guy named Heli Galor, shows up with backups. The demon manifests, and Garro and Galor kill it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Then he goes back to Terra. He finally finds Keeler.
Yeah.
But she gets captured. I don't remember by who now. I was trying to get these notes done. She gets captured, but she manages to tell Garro that he will free her later on when it matters. Which I'm now realizing I don't think he actually does. But we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah. Euphrati Keeler, that's the one he finds her, right? Yeah. Don't hold me to it, but maybe Loken.
Maybe Loken finds her?
Maybe Loken finds her. Yeah, she gets, at the beginning of the Siege of Terra, she gets visions of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is right before the siege.
Yeah.
So, closer to the siege, there's a lot of fighting on Terra against Chaos nasties.
Mm-hmm.
Macer Varen, the World Eater, previously, he somehow now becomes the Lord of the Flies.
Cool.
So Garro has to kill another one of his allies.
Yeah.
Because there's a new Lord of the Flies. And he does it, it's fine.
Yeah.
After that happens, Malkador is like finalizing his chosen Grey Knights.
Yeah.
Which does not include Garro or Loken or Galor.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are not psychers.
Nope.
So they don't get to be Grey Knights.
Yes.
And they're released from his charge. But the three of them are like, alright, we're just gonna sit around and wait for Horus to show up so we can punch him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they wait. When the siege starts, they ambushed one of the first waves of the Sons of Horus under the bridge, Serpentine, not Serpentine. I don't know. Under one of the important things that has a name that's important enough to be mentioned.
Yeah.
And then Garro ends up fighting Abaddon.
Oh. So it was nice knowing Garro.
Well, no, Garro got some pretty good hits in.
Yeah.
And I think because he had some other guys with him that were able to distract Abaddon enough that Garro was a fraction of a second away from killing Abaddon.
Yeah.
But Abaddon ran away. He teleported.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, bye.
Yeah. As he's been known to do.
As he's been known to do.
Yeah.
So the siege continues. Garro and Galor meet with Keeler again. How did they meet with her if she's still in? Interesting.
So one of many things.
could be one of many things. Anyways, Garro, Galor, and Keeler find each other in the palace, in the Imperial Palace. And they're like, okay, let's figure this out. And just before they figure things out, Mortarion and Typhon swoop in, and are like, yeah, we're attacking you now.
Probably exactly like that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they sound. So Keeler and Galor are like, we gotta run, and Garro's like, okay, I'll cover you.
Yeah.
They probably wanted Garro to go with them, but he was like, no, I'll cover you. So Garro, on his own, steps up to Mortarion and Typhon and the rest of the Traitor Death Guard that show up. Mortarion offers Garro one last chance to shake hands and be bad guys together.
Yeah. Embrace Nurgle's gift.
Embrace Nurgle's gift. And Garro's like, why do you think my answer would change?
Yeah.
Screw you. And then they start fighting.
Yeah.
And Mortarion was still hoping that he could sway Garro.
Yeah.
So he's pulling punches. He's not giving it his all. But Garro, the way that Garro is, going ham. And he got some good hits on Mortarion. And, like, you got a pretty good hit on him at one point, to the point where Mortarion snaps and is now enraged and just kills Garro.
Yeah.
He just kills him. But that is not the end for Garro. Mortarion, and also in this, there is some absolutely gut-wrenching dialogue going on.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of quotes here and there, but forgot to write them down. But, like, Garro being like, Father, you've broken my heart.
Yeah. Oh.
And all this stuff. So Garro's dead. And Mortarion is like, you are the worst of all of my sons. I hate you. I'm going to turn you into the Lord of the Flies.
No.
Yeah. So Garro gets turned into the Lord of the Flies. And just before Mortarion's about to unleash him, Keeler pops back up and casts the divine light of the Daddy Emperor onto Garro. So he's cured and he's alive because he was resurrected by the Lord of the Flies. So now he's alive and okay and back to fighting strength. So he goes back at it with Mortarion, and Mortarion manages to stab directly through Garro and shatters Garro's sword in the process, which was called the Libertas. So Mortarion thinks he's got the win, right?
Yeah.
Garro is impaled on his sword, and Garro has no sword, just the handle of the stub of a sword that's just shattered.
Yeah.
So what does Garro do? In this last moment, he pushes himself further up Mortarion's blade, walks closer to Mortarion, and stabs him in the neck with the shattered remains of his sword handle.
That's sick.
Then he dies.
Oh.
But he went out with a bang.
Yeah.
He dies, and he gets a vision of the Emperor, which I could not find much detail on. But that is the end for Garro.
Sad.
He's the first true martyr of the Church of the God Emperor. The first man to die for the Emperor as a god. Kind of.
Yes.
And then there is deliberation over whether or not he actually died, and blah, 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 blah. But it's Warhammer, so there are, like, 5 possible different... Like, okay, maybe he survived, or the Emperor brought him back or something, but that's basically it.
Yeah, that's...
What a way to go.
What a way to go, indeed.
What a way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brings us to the end.
That's the end of the episode.
That's the end of the episode.
So, if you are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching with us. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you can. If you've already subscribed, thank you, you rock. And
we are happy to have you all here.
Exactly. And if you're on Spotify, download, like it, follow us, all that good stuff.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.
Oh, well, we're posting short form content now, aren't
Yes, we are
Yes.
posting short form content now.
So go check that out.
Go check out the short form stuff.
YouTube Shorts and TikTok, I believe?
We do not have a TikTok yet.
We do not have a TikTok
We're
yet.
getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Okay, so YouTube Shorts.
Yes.
Check it out.
Check it out.
We're cool on there.
We are. We're
cool here too.
Yeah.
But
We're cooler on.
We're cooler when it's shorter.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. We appreciate you sticking around for the long form stuff.
Yeah. Thank you,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next week.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.